My name is Emily and I'm a professional mermaid performer, and I wanted to drop a video because I've been getting a lot of questions on how other people can become professional mermaids. I've been a professional mermaid for the past 5 years. I've been working local events and events nationwide, and I offer dry land services as well as tank performances. I first learned about mermaid performance back in 2010 when I scrolled past a YouTube video of Hannah Fraser, otherwise known as MeRmAiD. She is a performance activist who uses her skills to bring awareness to various kinds of ocean conservation topics. At that time, I had no idea what freestyle stroke was. I could barely hold my breath for 20 seconds. At the time, I was just a hobbyist. I ogled over mermaids and I collected anything mermaid related. It wasn't until 2013, so 3 years later, that I got my first monofin. I would play around in pools, and I just generally spent that time learning as much as I could about the mermaid community. At this time, I was in the process of moving from Iowa to Colorado, and shortly after I got situated, I ended up landing a job with Ocean First teaching swim lessons. Ocean First is a dive shop / travel agency / swim school. I didn't think too much about the opportunity at the time, but it ended up opening way more doors than I ever could have imagined. A few months after I had moved to Colorado, I learned about the mermaid position at the downtown Denver aquarium. Without any experience with depth diving, I decided to try out. I passed the swim test, I passed the first in-tank audition, but I got sick the night before I was called back to do the second in-tank audition. This didn't make for the best combination because I ended up damaging my eardrums, so the aquarium told me to go home and heal up and get a hold of them a few months later once I was fully healed, and then we would start the training. But I never contacted them back. Upon my undergraduate graduation, my parents graciously gifted me my first silicone mermaid tail by the MeRtailor. Outside of working birthday parties, I really had no intention of growing my mersona. I continued my work with Ocean First, and it was during my employment that I learned about an organization called Colorado Ocean Coalition. It's now known as Inland Ocean Coalition, but its focus is to educate inland communities on their impacts on oceans. It is so humid out here, oh my god. Water! With my new tail in hand, I started volunteering for all kinds of local events, from fundraisers to festivals and so on. I'm putting my hair up because I just can't handle this right now. It was during this time when I was volunteering for these festivals that I came across a local performance company called Wands and Wishes. It was around this time that my employment with Ocean First was coming to a close. I was helping them develop a merfolk camp, and I was wrapping up my scuba certification as well as my level 1 freedive certification. These new skills lended their way to my performance audition for Wands and Wishes. I was hired on quickly, and then within a matter of months, I was on my way to my first out-of-state gig. The next 2 years were spent performing for more local festivals, as well as promotional aquarium events in other states. I racked up a total of nearly 100 tank dives, and I got to swim with some really awesome sea life, including turtles, rays, and even sharks. It was June of this year when I finally made the decision to swim solo. I was extremely grateful for my time with this company, but I knew it was finally time for me to explore other aspects of the industry. Shortly after making this decision, I signed up for my first freediving trip with Ocean First. My friend and trip leader, Kellen Spencer, and I decided to do a photo shoot in the sculpture gardens. We ended up with some pretty cool photos, but I was also pretty excited because I hit my personal best depth of 70 feet on the first day of line diving. Prior to this trip, I made a purchase through Finfolk Productions for my first fabric tail, which is the Glaucus atlanticus. Either way, I was prepping to sell my silicone tail to the Mer Friends in Dallas-Fort Worth, Texas. As of last week, I finally got my tail shipped out, and since then I've been corresponding with various tail makers to secure my next purchase. I'm also in the process of getting performers insurance as well as an EIN or an employee identification number. I currently have my sights set on performing within the electronic music industry, and I've been busting my scales networking online and trying to make those connections. That said, I have no idea where the tide is going to take me, and I have no idea how many people this will reach, but I'm just happy to be explaining my experience to anybody that will listen. I've had several people ask me about the industry and my involvement, so I'm just hoping that this video can shed some light on their questions. That said, there was a lot of content in this video, but I'm curious about your interests. Do you want to learn more about freediving? Are you interested in tail makers? Or do you just generally want to know what it's like to hold your eyes open underwater? You tell me what kind of questions you have, because I'm here to help and I want to create content that's going to keep you guys engaged. Best fishes! See you next tide!